हेलो फ्रेंड्स, हम आज बात करने वाले हैं एक फिजियोलॉजी की टॉपिक इरिथ्रोपोइसिस। इसमें हम बात करेंगे डेफिनेशन, साइट ऑफ इरिथ्रोपोइसिस, प्रोसेस ऑफ इरिथ्रोपोइसिस, फैक्टर्स नेसेसरी फॉर इरिथ्रोपोइसिस। तो सबसे पहले हम बात करते हैं डेफिनेशन की। इरिथ्रोपोइसिस इज द प्रोसेस ऑफ द ओरिजिन, डेवलपमेंट एंड मैच्योरेशन ऑफ द इरिथ्रोसाइट्स। इरिथ्रोपोइसिस एक ऐसी प्रोसेस है जो इरिथ्रोसाइट्स की डेवलपमेंट और मैच्योरेशन कराती है। हिमोपोइसिस or hematopoiesis is the process of origin, development and maturation of all blood cells. Site of erythropoiesis in fetal life. In fetal life, the erythropoiesis occurs in 3 stages. पहली स्टेज है mesoblasthic stage. During the first 2 months of intrauterine life, the RBCs are produced from mesenchyme of yolk sac. Second stage है hepatic stage. From 3rd month of intrauterine life, liver is the main organ that produces RBCs. Spleen and lymphoid organ are also involved in erythropoiesis. और थर्ड स्टेज है माइलॉइड स्टेज. ड्यूरिंग द लास्ट 3 months ऑफ इंट्रायूट्राइन लाइफ, द आरबीसीज आर प्रोड्यूस्ड फ्रॉम रेड बोन मेरो एंड लिवर. In newborn babies, children and adults. In newborn babies, growing children and adults, RBCs are produced only from the red bone marrow. Up to the age of 20 years, RBCs are produced from red bone marrow of all bones, long bones and all the flat bones. After the age of 20 years, RBCs are produced from membranous bones like vertebra, sternum, ribs, scapula, iliac bones, and skull bones, and from the ends of long bones. After 20 years of age, the shaft of the long bones become yellow bone marrow because of fat deposition and losses of the erythropoietic function. In adults, liver and spleen may produce the blood cells if the bone marrow is destroyed or fibrosed. Collectively, bone marrow is almost equal to liver in size and weight. It is also as active as liver. The bone marrow is the site of production of all blood cells. Comparatively, 75% of the bone marrow is involved in the production of leukocyte and only 25% is involved in the production of erythrocyte. But still, the leukocytes are less in number than the erythrocytes, the ratio being 1:500. This is mainly because of lifespan of the cells. Lifespan of erythrocytes is 120 days, whereas the lifespan of leukocytes is very short, ranging from 1 to 10 days. So the leukocytes need larger production than erythrocytes to maintain the required number. Process of erythropoiesis. Stem cells. Stem cells are primary cells capable of self-renewal and differentiating into specialized cells. Homopoietic stem cells are the primitive cells in the bone marrow, which give rise to blood cells. Hemopoietic stem cells in the bone marrow are called uncommitted pluripotent hemopoietic stem cells, PHSC. PHSC is defined as a cell that can give rise to all types of blood cells. In early stages, the PHC are not designed to form a particular type of blood cells, and it is also not possible to determine the blood cell to be developed from these cells. Hence, the name uncommitted PHSC. In adults, only a few number of these cells are present, but the best source of these cells in the umbilical cord blood. When the cells are designed to form a particular type of blood cell, the uncommitted PHSCs are called committed PHSCs. Committed PHSC is defined as cell which is restricted to give rise to one group of blood cells. Committed PHSCs are of two types. One is lymphoid stem cells, which give rise to lymphocytes and natural killer cells. Second is colony-forming blastocytes, which give rise to myeloid cells. Myeloid cells are the blood cells other than lymphocytes when grown in cultures. These cells form colonies, hence to name colony-forming blastocytes. Different units of colony-forming cells are colony-forming unit erythrocytes, CFUE. Cells of this unit develop into erythrocytes. Second is colony-forming unit granulocytes or monocytes, CFUGM. These cells give rise to granulocytes, neutrophils, basophils, and eosinophils, and monocytes. Third is colony-forming unit megakaryocytes, CFUM. Platelets are developed from these cells. चेंजेस देखेंगे, उससे पहले ये देखते हैं एक कि ये अनकमिटेड प्लूरिपोटेंट हीमोपोइटिक स्टेम सेल जो चेंज हुई कमिटेड प्लूरिपोटेंट हीमोपोइटिक स्टेम सेल में, जिसमें दो सीरीज स्टार्ट हुई, एक लिम्फोइड स्टेम सेल और एक माइलोइड सीरीज। लिम्फोइड स्टेम सेल से लिम्फोसाइट्स बने और माइलोइड में कॉलोनी फॉर्मिंग ब्लास्टोसाइट बने। इसमें कॉलोनी फॉर्मिंग यूनिट ई जो इरिथ्रोसाइट बनाएगी, कॉलोनी फॉर्मिंग यूनिट जीएम जो ग्रेनुलोसाइट बनाएगी और मोनोसाइट बनाएगी, और कॉलोनी फॉर्मिंग यूनिट एम जो मेगा कैरियोसाइट बनाएगी जो प्लेटलेट्स में मैच्योर होगी। चेंजेस ड्यूरिंग इरिथ्रोपोइसिस। इरिथ्रोपोइसिस के टाइम क्या क्या चेंजेस आ सकते हैं? सेल्स ऑफ CFUE पास थ्रू डिफरेंट स्टेजेस and finally become the matured RBCs. During these stages, four important changes are noticed. First one is reduction in size of the cell from the diameter of 25 to 7.2 micrometer. Second is disappearance of nucleoli and nucleolus. Or third one is appearance of hemoglobin. Or fourth, change in the staining properties of cytoplasm. Stages of erythropoiesis. Various stages between colony forming unit E cells and matured RBCs are proerythroblast, early normoblast, intermediate normoblast, late normoblast, रेटिकुलोसाइट और मेच्योर्ड इरिथ्रोसाइट। सबसे पहले हम पहली स्टेज की बात करते हैं, पहले फेज प्रोइरिथ्रोब्लास्ट या मेगालोब्लास्ट। प्रोइरिथ्रोब्लास्ट और मेगालोब्लास्ट इज द फर्स्ट सेल डिराइव्ड फ्रॉम CFUE. It is very large in size with a diameter of about 20 micrometer. Its nucleus is large and occupies the cell almost completely. The nucleus has two or more nucleoli and a reticular network. Proerythroblast does not contain hemoglobin. The cytoplasm is basophilic in nature. Proerythroblast multiplies several times and finally forms the cell of next stage called early normoblast. Synthesis of hemoglobin starts in this stage. However, appearance of hemoglobin occurs only in intermediate normoblast. Early normoblast. The early normoblast is a little smaller than proerythroblast, with a diameter of about 15 micrometer in the nucleus. The nucleoli disappear. Condensation of chromatin network occurs. The condensed network becomes dense. The cytoplasm is basophilic in nature, so this cell is also called basophilic erythroblast. This cell develops into next stage called intermediate normoblast. Intermediate normoblast. Cells is smaller than the early normoblast with a diameter of 10 to 12 micrometer. The nucleus is still present, but the chromatin network shows further condensation. The hemoglobin start appearing. Cytoplasm is already basophilic now. Because of the presence of hemoglobin, it stains with both acidic as well as basic stains. So this cell is called polychromophilic or polychromatic erythroblast. This cell develops into next stage called late normoblast. Late normoblast. Diameter of the cell decreases further to about 8 to 10 micrometer. Nucleus becomes very small with very much condensed chromatin network, and it is known as ink spot nucleus. Quantity of hemoglobin increases and the cytoplasm becomes almost acidophilic. So the cell is now called orthochromic erythroblast. In the final stage of late normoblast, just before it passes to next stage, the nucleus disintegrates and disappears. The process by which nucleus disappears is called pycnosis. The final remnant is extruded from the cell. Late normoblast develops into the next stage called reticulocyte. Reticulocyte is otherwise known as immature RBC. It is slightly larger than matured RBC. The cytoplasm contains the reticular network of reticulum, which is formed by remnants of disintegrated organelles. Due to the reticular network, the cell is called reticulocyte. The reticulum of reticulocyte stands with supravital stain. In newborn babies, the reticulocyte about is 2% to 6% of RBCs. That is 2 to 6 reticulocytes are present for every 100 RBCs. The number of reticulocytes decrease during the first week after birth. Later, the reticulocyte count remain constant at or below 1% of RBCs. The number increase whenever production and release of RBCs increase. Reticulocyte is basophilic due to the appearance of remains of disintegrated Golgi apparatus, mitochondria, and other organelles of cytoplasm. During this stage, the cells enter the blood capillaries through capillary membrane from site of production by dipedesis. Next or final stage, matured erythrocyte. Reticular network disappear and the cell become the matured RBC and it attains the biconcave shape. The cell decrease in size to 7.2 micrometer diameter. The matured RBC is with hemoglobin but without nucleus. It requires 7 days for the development and maturation of RBC from proerythroblast. It requires 5 days up to the stage of reticulocyte. Reticulocyte takes 2 more days to become the matured RBCs. Important events during erythropoiesis. Stage of erythropoiesis is और इम्पोर्टेंट इवेंट प्रो इरिथ्रोब्लास्ट, इसमें इंपॉर्टेंट इवेंट है सिंथेसिस ऑफ हीमोग्लोबिन स्टार्ट। और अर्ली नॉर्मोब्लास्ट में न्यूक्लियोली डिसअपियर। इंटरमीडिएट नॉर्मोब्लास्ट में हीमोग्लोबिन स्टार्ट अपीयरिंग। लेट नॉर्मोब्लास्ट न्यूक्लियस डिसअपियर और रेटिकुलम इज फॉर्म्ड। सेल एंटर्स कैपिलरी फ्रॉम साइट ऑफ प्रोडक्शन। मेच्योर्ड आरबीसी रेटिकुलम डिसअपियर, सेल अटेन्स बाय कॉन्केविटी। Factors necessary for erythropoiesis. Development and maturation of erythrocytes requires variety of factors which are classified into 3 categories. First one is general factor, second one is maturation factors, third one is factors necessary for hemoglobin formation. सबसे पहले हम बात करते हैं जनरल फैक्टर्स। जनरल फैक्टर्स नेसेसरी फॉर erythropoiesis आर erythropoietin, thyroxine, hemophoetic growth factors, vitamins. Let's we talk about erythropoietin. Most important general factor for erythropoiesis is the hormone called erythropoietin. It is also called hemopoietin or erythrocyte stimulating factor. इसकी केमिस्ट्री क्या है? Erythropoietin is a glycoprotein with 165 amino acids. Source of secretion. Major quantity of erythropoietin is secreted by peritubular capillaries of kidney. A small quantity is also secreted from liver and brain. Stimulant for secretion. Hypoxia is the stimulant for the secretion of erythropoietin. Actions of erythropoietin. Erythropoietin causes formation and release of new RBCs into circulation. After secretion, it takes 4 to 5 days to show the action. Erythropoietin promotes the flowing process, a production of proerythroblast from CFUE of the bone marrow. The development of proerythroblast into matured RBCs through the several stages: early normoblast, intermediate normoblast, late normoblast, and reticulocyte. See, release of matured erythrocytes into blood. Even some reticulocytes, immature erythrocytes, are released along with matured RBCs. Blood level of erythropoietin increase in anemia. Second factor है thyroxine. Being a general metabolic hormone, thyroxine accelerates the process of erythropoiesis at many levels. So, hyperthyroidism and polycythemia are common. Third factor है hemophoetic growth factors. Hemophoetic growth factors are growth inducer, are the interleukins and stem cell factor, still factor. Generally, these factors induce the proliferation of PHSCs. Interleukins are glycoproteins which belong to the cytokines family. Interleukins involved in erythropoiesis. Interleukin 3 secreted by T cell. Interleukin 6 secreted by T cells, endothelial cells, and macrophages. Or interleukin 11 secreted by osteoblast. Fourth factor है vitamins. Some vitamins are also necessary for the process of erythropoiesis. Deficiency of these vitamins cause anemia associated with other disorders. कौन कौन से विटामिन नेसेसरी हैं? विटामिन बी, इट्स डेफिशिएंसी cause anemia and pellagra. Disease characterized by skin lesions, diarrhea, weakness, nervousness, and dementia. Second है विटामिन सी, its deficiency causes anemia and scurvy. Accident disease characterized by impaired collagen synthesis, resulting in rough skin, bleeding gum, loosening of teeth, poor wound healing, bone pain. Third है vitamin D. Its deficiency cause anemia and rickets. Fourth, vitamin E. Its deficiency leads to anemia and malnutrition. Other one factor है maturation factors. Vitamin B12, intrinsic factor, and folic acid are necessary for the maturation or RBCs. Vitamin B12, cyanocobalamin. Vitamin B12 is the maturation factor necessary for the erythropoiesis. Source vitamin B12 is called extrinsic factor since it is obtained mostly from diet. Its absorption from intestine requires the presence of intrinsic factor of Kessel. Vitamin B12 is stored mostly in liver and in small quantity in muscle. When necessary, it is transported to the bone marrow to promote maturation of RBCs. It is also produced in the large intestine by the intestinal flora. Action. Vitamin B12 is essential for synthesis of DNA in RBCs. Its deficiency leads to failure in maturation of the cell and reduction in the cell division. Also, the cells are larger with fragile and weak cell membrane, resulting in macrocytic anemia. Deficiency of vitamin B12 causes pernicious anemia, so vitamin B12 is called anti-pernicious factor. Intrinsic factor of Kessel. Intrinsic factor of Kessel is produced in gastric mucosa by the parietal cells of gastric glands. It is essential for the absorption of vitamin B12 from intestine. In the absence of intrinsic factor, vitamin B12 is not absorbed from intestine. This leads to pernicious anemia. Deficiency of intrinsic factor occurs in severe gastritis, ulcer, gastrectomy. Hematinic principle. Hematinic principle is the principle thought to be produced by the action of intrinsic factor on extrinsic factor. It is also called or anti-anemia principle. It is a maturation factor. Folic acid. Folic acid is also essential for maturation. It is required for the synthesis of DNA. In the absence of folic acid, the synthesis of DNA decreases, causing failure of maturation. This leads to anemia in which the cells are larger and appear in megaloblastic, proerythroblastic stage, and anemia due to folic acid deficiency is called megaloblastic anemia. Factors necessary for hemoglobin formation. Various materials are essential for the formation of hemoglobin in the RBCs. Deficiency of these substances decreases the production of hemoglobin, leading to anemia. Such factors are first-class proteins and amino acids. Proteins of high biological value are essential for the formation of hemoglobin. Amino acids derived from these proteins are required for the synthesis of protein part of hemoglobin, that is the globin. Or iron. Iron necessary for the formation of heme part of the hemoglobin. Copper necessary for the absorption of iron from the gastrointestinal tract. Cobalt and nickel. These metals are essential for the utilization of iron during hemoglobin formation. Vitamins, vitamin C, riboflavin, nicotinic acid, and pyridoxine are also essential for the formation of hemoglobin.